So how about Moderna? What else is in Moderna's pipeline that, if it can show proof of concept for mRNA vaccines, and it looks like it has, is that promising for some other things in its pipeline?
Yeah, definitely. I think it proves out the mRNA concept that you can design a mRNA to express whatever protein you want, and then get it into cells and have it express those things. So they have a CMV vaccine that affects mostly newborns, that has positive phase 2 data in September, and they're preparing to launch a phase 3 clinical trial next year. And they also have cancer vaccines that have enrolled the first patients in phase 2 expansion study for ovarian cancer.
Yeah, and so Moderna's revenue, over the past few years has mostly come from partnerships. Vertex has been a big partner. It does currently have $4 billion in cash and investments, but I think investors will want to see that it can actually have recurring revenue once it launches products on the market. So that will be something to watch. What should potential investors know about Moderna as an investment and its overall strategy?
I mean, I think that the big thing that investors should know is that it's really expensive. So it's a $38 billion market cap. I pulled out a couple of drug makers that are popular with fools. Seattle Genetics, which now goes by Seagen, has 3 drugs on the market. It's a $31 billion market cap. That gives it a price to sales ratio of 16. BioMarin they have, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 drugs, but they're sort of smaller drugs. They have their market cap is almost 14 billion. That gives them a price to sales ratio of 8. And Exelixis, which they have 2, but it's the same drug. That goes by 2 trade names. And their market cap is only 5.8 billion, and they have a price to sales ratio of 6.3. So we're going from 16 for Seattle Genetics, Seagen, because they're pegged for future growth. So one of their drugs has just or 2 of their drugs have just recently been approved, and so the investors are pricing in the future sales. So, but Moderna has no drugs on the market, and investors are already pricing in quite a bit of extra sales. So I think, again, going back to my earlier thought, I think that whether Moderna is overpriced or underpriced right now depends on how long they can sell their coronavirus vaccine, and whether it takes them to the next level. If they can sell it forever, then 38 billion is a reasonable thing, because if they're doing if they're doing 5 billion in sales, that's only an 8 price to sales ratio. So that's completely reasonable. That's in the BioMarin level. And that'll give them money to go get the next thing. If it's just a one and done and it's 5 billion in sales, and then they don't sell anymore, now we're back down to 0. And so I don't think that's a reasonable valuation for the company.
Yeah, I mean, this stock is up more than 400% year to date. So valuation should definitely factor into any investment decision for Moderna.